I hope it doesn't hurt. I did. Whoa, whoa. She shot twice. Sort of exoskeleton that is attached to his body, and the little robot over there is mimicking.
This is a smaller one. It's 21 square meters, 30 kilograms. But we also got the bigger one, 5 meters by 15, 75 square meters. Also use that one.
It is a development to use for the high building cleaning.
Today, I am taking you inside the Shenzhen High-Tech Fair to show you the technology China already has lined up for 2026. A handheld device to stop thieves, an exoskeleton that lets you control a robot with your own movements, drone powerful enough to clean entire buildings, and autonomous rail systems built to patrol tunnels with security cameras and safety sensors. This is the tech China is preparing for next year, and I'm going to show you all of it. Like something straight out of a 70s sci-fi movie, this is a non-lethal handheld net gun designed to stop thieves or fleeing suspects without causing any serious harm.
我们这款产品呢，是我们杰创智能推出的电磁网捕器，主要用在安全跟防爆触多的领域。我们的技术特点呢，是用电磁弹射的技术，是把这个网捕器发射出去，区别于以前过往的一些技术，我们属于世界首创。同时呢，我们把这套工具也配备在了医院、学校，然后重要的场合、重要的会场保障，用于这个解决突发问题。
These devices fire a durable nylon net out to around 5 to 10 meters, which then unfolds and entangles the target so they cannot run away. The idea is to immobilize rather than injure, making it useful for law enforcement or security teams trying to safely detain someone fleeing a crime scene.
嫌疑人来的时候，我们打开这个开关按钮，对准嫌疑人的位置，然后按这个激发按钮，就可以打出一张2.4米乘2.4米的网，限制住它的上升或者下升行动。我们分为两种，一种是可以把重复利用的，像网用完了以后，刚才的网解开塞进去，也有快装头，这个是快装头。我们比如说突发情况比较一个紧急的情况，我们拿快装头，好就可以使用。射程是5到10米，从激发出去到抓捕目标是0.3秒。
Now I'm gonna try this new device. They're gonna shoot at me. This safety net is used to catch the bad guys. I'm going to pretend to be one of them, and they're gonna shoot at me. I hope it doesn't hurt. I did. Whoa, whoa. She shot twice. So basically, this is the way it works. They just shoot a net on me, and I'm captured. I guess when the person is trying to move, it's going to fall down because the movement is quite limited all around you, and then this net won't let them go that far. I think this is being developed for different kind of safety situations. It's super cool to see these kind of technologies already available here in China, and they're available for the market already to purchase. I'm not a bad guy. I promise I'm a good boy. I haven't done anything wrong. This is just for demonstration purposes only. And I think later it's going to be a little bit difficult to take it out. We're gonna need like 3 people to help me take it out and get out of this mess. Oh. So here, this is also something interesting. To make it more effective, we have some sort of metal devices at the bottom of the net to create some weight and some pressure on the net. So it's even more difficult to take it out, especially we're talking about a situation where somebody's trying to run away quite fast. It's going to take a while to get rid of this net.
This technology goes even further by pairing the net firing device with a robot dog that is equipped with voice-activated assistant and face recognition systems. That means it can understand basic spoken commands, follow a target, and even identify specific people based on facial features.
小杰同学向前1米，也可以做到人脸的跟随。比如说他认识我，我识别到我的身份，那么他可以跟着我，我走到哪里跟在哪里，执行巡逻任务，也可以保护我。比如说拿刀在他面前，他就知道你是这个嫌疑人啊，他会识别，也会自动的巡逻，也可以语音控制啊。比如说您看我语音控制啊，小杰同学向右旋转60度。
So we're here with a very cool proposal for controlling robots. Instead of having the regular remote control, somebody is actually moving a sort of exoskeleton that is attached to his body, and every single movement he's making, the little robot over there is mimicking basically the arms. 如果你走路的话，它也可以走吗？
我走路不能，我要按着，我走的话我就按着。
哦，你按这里对吗？
对对对。
So basically, he still have some joysticks on his hands to control the moving of the robot, like backwards and forwards, moving to the sides. But the main movement is being controlled by him. This is a sort of technology that can also be applied to different kind of scenarios. If we have perhaps like a bigger robot going to different sort of dangerous environments, I think the movement could be more precise. I think that is really, really cool.
One of the most futuristic exhibits I saw was a floating LED display nets carried by drones. Essentially airborne digital screens that hover in the sky showing dynamic content like ads, animation, logos, or even short videos.
When it comes to advertising and LED technology, Shenzhen is a leader. We can find all sort of products here in China.
These are not typical rigid LED boards. Instead, they're made from ultra-lightweight LED panels embedded with thousands of tiny lights that form a flexible digital curtain.
This screen, we use it to put it up. It's a flying display. Or you can ask someone, give you money back when they borrow money, like give me back 50,000 on a big screen flying on their house, right?
Oh.
This is what you can do with it.
That's a good one.
We use this drone. It's a DJI one, FC100. This is a smaller one. It's 21 square meters. It's 30 kilograms. But we also got the bigger one, 5 meters by 15, 75 square meters.
Okay.
Also use that one. The LED screen is 30 minutes, the 20 minutes, and the drone is a similar time. There are 6 battery packs there, but they are still on charging right now. So we have to display continue, right?
What's the weight for this one?
This one's 30 kilograms.
Drones designed specifically to watch the exteriors of tall buildings. These heavy-duty drones are equipped with powerful spray systems so they can clean skyscraper facades, windows, and complex architectural surfaces without risking any human life.
Hanson, I see this is quite interesting drone. It's quite big. What is the main use for this sort
Yes,
of thing?
it is a development to use for the high building cleaning. It can fly up to 150 meters,
Okay.
the limited height, and it will connect the water wipe to clean the building glasses. We will provide 2 batteries, 52,000 mAh batteries. It can support 30 minutes walking time. Now the price is about 35,000 US dollar for the whole machines. It can be used in the international market. Now we have some clients from Europe.
One of the biggest advantages of technology and science is help to make tasks that are dangerous for human beings. So instead of sending a person to a place that can be remote or dangerous, we're now sending robots. And this company is developing this kind of solutions for different kind of environments. This little robot here, actually this is used in a different system where they're using different sensors and cameras like temperature sensors and high definition cameras to go to remote and dark places to detect different kind of environments. This one here also got my attention a lot. Basically, it's a robot that you can go to anywhere to do different kind of simple repairings or different kind of tasks and actions that involve perhaps a little bit of difficult or dangerous situations, like moving or adjusting different kind of settings in big machineries. Perhaps imagine a situation where there is a fire, and instead of sending a fireman to that place, we're gonna send a robot. That is already a reality. This railing system on top of me, that actually I saw it before in one of the biggest infrastructure projects here in Shenzhen in southern China. I'm talking about the Shenzhen Chongshan Bridge. Instead of putting fixed cameras in the whole tunnel, we're gonna have this railing system with these sensors and high definition cameras to monitor and detect some kind of abnormal activities or accidents or emergencies. So they're also now incorporating this fire extinguisher system that can actually use the same rail. So instead of waiting for the fire truck or the fireman to arrive to the place, they can send in a very fast speed these devices to extinguish that fire. Behind me, we have one of the panels that will be installed in these sort of monitoring centers where they have access to all the information that all these sensors are gathering. Like, for example, we have the camera. Of course, we're in the exhibition right now. That's what it's showing. And this is the temperature sensor that can detect if there is perhaps a fire or an abnormal situation involving high temperatures or gases. It can detect it, send an alert to this monitoring center, and of course the people will start taking actions right away. Now, this one is a very cool device. It's basically a drone. You know, drones now can be very versatile, incorporating different kind of solutions. This specific one is a device that will help defrosting electric cables or electric installations when they're very low temperatures. So basically, the drone can be directed to several sort of cables, and it will send some sort of action like a small explosion to defrost these high voltage cables. And so instead again of sending people to do this kind of tasks, now we can with these sort of robots to do that for us. And if you would like to come to China and see these kind of exhibitions by yourself, I'll tell you how.
Ever wanted to visit China's biggest trade fairs, but not sure where to start? At China Business Gateway, we make it easy. Join one of our exhibition visit packages and experience China's trade shows with full support, from arrival to departure. We take care of registration, accommodation, transportation, translation, and even help you plan your supplier meetings in advance. Want to visit factories after the fair? No problem. Our packages include optional factory tours so you can meet suppliers face-to-face and see production firsthand. Source smarter, travel easier. Join China Business Gateway for your next China Trade Fair.
And I'm pretty sure you have seen these super cool drone shows all around the world, especially quite popular here in China lately. Well, these are the machines that we're seeing in the sky. They basically have these very bright LED on the bottom, and they can just fly for a while doing these very cool performances. Of course, only one is not enough. You might need thousands of these very cool drones to make these performances, these videos, and these images in the sky. These kind of drones are going to be a little bit different. They are equipped with a lot of technology, of course, a lot of different sensors like proximity sensors in order to make these alignments in the sky. On top, there are a lot of cameras and a lot of sensors for these type of vehicles. Of course, it's a car that will require a lot of technology for all the different tasks that police need to perform here in China. They're now switching to local brands. This is, I think it's GAC from Guangzhou. This is an official car. They're a little bit hesitant to let us check the car from inside if they have some sort of technologies they don't want to share too much. But I think it looks very nice. That's something we're going to see more and more on the streets here in China. A lot of different high-definition cameras and gadgets for different surveillance process here in China. That's actually what makes this country very, very safe. Everywhere you go, you will see a lot of cameras embedded in every single corner. And this is one of the companies that is in charge of developing these kind of technologies. I think these are like the body cams that the police is using to go around the different streets in China and keep them very safe. They're making hardware and also the software that is integrated with all this equipment.